visit a small town in Elko, Kentucky. Now this was an unincorporated community in eastern Edmonson County. It was just one of a few settlements in the area. Now some of the first settlers that lived here consisted of at least 5 families that were arriving in the early 1800s. The first building that was placed here was an old log cabin that was a school at first, but also doubled as a church. The original building was demolished and it was replaced with a newer facility, and that was finished around 1900. But prior to 1934, Elk was a thriving community. It was a home just to a few businesses like a general store, a church, and a little place you could go exchange things. Of course, all of that has changed now since then, especially since between 1934 and 1936. And what took place? Well, this is when the National Park Service came in. That was established out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And they started purchasing these family steads in the area using funds that were donated by the Mammoth Cave National Park Association. Now, all the Elk residents were relocated by 1938 or so. And they used a little term called eminent domain. Of course, we're pretty much thriving into that community now, which is completely non-existent now. With most of the residents and businesses that were here, that they were completely destroyed, completely taken off the land after the citizens were relocated. So Mammoth Cave became an official national park in 1941. But there are a few historical cemeteries that were preserved within the park, and some that were along the roadway. They remained manicured, taken care of. So you see, out of just a very small community of 5 families that live in this area, there's just a little bit of stretch of road here featuring the park. One of the things that survived the purchase of the area was this cemetery and church here, known as the Joppa Church. It still stands, but it's not being used. Thoroughfare here, it is pretty well taken care of. So the grounds are decent. The building is somewhat intact still. inside of the church looks like. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is leaning to the left, one side just a little bit. See that wall's leaning way over. Explains why they have the tire rod up on top and the supports on the outside.